Hey guys! Welcome back to our channel, Singh Sisters.
Happy to have you here.
Yes. So I know it's been a while. We haven't posted in the past couple weeks just due to everything that's been going on in the world.
Right.
Especially in America with protesting and all of that. And we totally stand with the protesters and everything like that. So we thought we would give social media a break, give making any videos a break, just to kind of just bring awareness to the important situations going on right now.
Like put the spotlight on what actually matters right now.
Exactly. So
with that being said,
we are back.
Yes. So today we're talking about the Netflix show Never Have I Ever.
Yes. So there is only one season. It's a very brand new show.
Yep.
And it's I believe written by Mindy Kaling. And it's super cool. So it is based on a South Asian girl, like an Indian girl. And we're Indian, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
So it was super relatable.
Yeah.
She's basically, her parents immigrated over here and she's growing up in a Western culture in America. But her parents are very much, they're very like Indian.
Yeah.
Like Indian culture. So it's
they grew up in India.
Yeah.
And their mentality is very Indian.
Yeah. You said there's no other way to say it. So she basically struggles.
Traditional.
Yeah, traditional, I guess would be
That's the word.
She basically struggles every day with either trying to be Indian enough or American enough.
Yeah. So it's like an internal struggle throughout the show.
And that shows in her behaviors. She does a lot of crazy things.
Right.
A lot of things though we can definitely relate to.
Yeah.
So today we basically just talk about different points in the show that we thought were interesting, things we related to in our own lives, things our parents did, and just how we felt about the overall show.
Right. And so I think you guys will find this review insightful, and we'd love to get your opinion on what you thought of it.
Yes. So please give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Comment down below any thoughts you guys have regarding the show, and I hope you guys enjoy.
All right, let's get started. Get us with our fancy cups.
I know.
Little teacups. All right, we're gonna get started. We're basically just gonna like talk about similarities that we saw in the show that coincided with our lives.
Yes.
And some things that weren't so similar, but we also felt like they needed to be discussed.
Exactly. So we're gonna start off kind of light in the beginning, just some little quirks and things that we saw that were relatable.
Yep.
So one of the things I noticed was in the first episode where she's just talking about how she wishes she had like less arm hair and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was a huge, like, oh my God, we could relate to this times 10.
Yeah, I remember like looking for my dad's shaver like in his bathroom so that I could shave off my arm hair.
My mom didn't understand that we needed to shave at the age of like 11 or 12.
Yeah, especially like in middle school, like that's when I kind of became more cognizant of it, and I was like, I don't think it was me, I think it was like other people, like just looking at other girls, and then some people would even say it like, oh, you have a lot of arm hair, and it's like, thanks.
You shouldn't wear so much makeup. It'll collect on your mustache.
At least I can grow a mustache.
I know. And like having thick eyebrows was not in, which is now very in.
Yeah, which is funny, right?
I know.
Ironic. And yeah, so that was one of the things that we noticed that we were like, oh yeah, happened with us. She's also a teenager that's very normal. Like she wants to go out to, well, not all, I can't speak for all of them, but most of them really want to be like the in crowd, and they want to be popular, and they want to go to parties, and you know, they want to try things. And I think for us it was like we wanted to just be invited to the parties. We weren't necessarily going to do anything crazy, like do drugs or drink alcohol, but well, we might have sipped a little bit of alcohol.
Maybe, just a little bit. But we definitely just wanted to be in that crowd to be like, yeah, I was there that weekend too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it was funny because our like neighbor across from us always threw like the like craziest high school parties, and we would always see them from our bedroom windows, and we were like, wow.
This sucks, because
TFTI. Even if we weren't invited, our mom wouldn't let us go. So there was another scene where like Davey's mom's like getting on her because she dropped her textbooks on the floor, and she was like, oh no, they've been blessed by the temple. I mean, that was hilarious, honestly, because I felt like really, our grandma did the same thing with us, but it wasn't like a blessing by the temple thing. It was more like a, oh, textbooks give you knowledge.
I know, never let them touch the floor.
Right. Yeah.
She would get so mad, and I never understood like why. I was like, whatever, it's just a book.
Right, but I get it. It's more symbolic for her, so
yeah,
gotta respect the books.
I know.
So Devi's also really, you know, she's also very obsessed with getting a boyfriend. I feel like a lot of girls in high school like want that because they see all the other girls or their friends having one. And if you don't have one, you just kind of feel left out for the most part.
Exactly. And the crazy part about the show was, I remember when I was in high school at like the age of 16, I definitely wanted a boyfriend, but obviously, you know, we're not allowed to date.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, majority of like South Asians or Indians in particular are not, our parents don't really let us date. And that's not, can't speak for everybody.
Yeah, and if they do let us date, it's like after college or something. And some people never even get that chance.
Right, they just go right into an arranged marriage.
Exactly. And the crazy part with her was, she wanted like the hottest guy at school.
Yeah. She wasn't even trying to go anybody, like to date anybody just for like their personality or like get to know someone as a friend and then develop something further.
She did actually try it like for like 2 minutes in the first episode with the guy who was like in the closet.
That's true. But she also picked him out, like
she did,
as a scheme to get popular, and that wasn't the right intention. I feel like, you know.
She definitely picks him out for her friends too.
Yeah.
And then she was like mad that one of her friends had like a boyfriend already.
Yeah.
Behind her back.
And that's, you know, that's just straight jealous behavior.
Oh, and then also, I think this was in the first episode still, where she just goes up to the hot guy and is like, just asks him if she can have sex with him.
Right, so.
Like, what?
What?
Yeah, like that's so weird. That probably would never happen.
I was embarrassed for her watching the episode. I was like, what is she doing? What is she doing? What is she doing? Like,
I know. I was like, I felt like an Indian mom. Hi. Watching the episode.
I know.
Like, being mortified. Like, why are you asking this guy you don't really know to have sex with you? Like, that's so weird.
I know. And then it's even crazier that he just said yes to a girl he doesn't even know.
Right. That's strange. That's a little strange. It's different if you like had a relationship going forward and you had that mutual like connection and you had an emotional connection first.
Or if you ever, you know, at least said one word to each other.
Right. That's
be
kind
different.
of important. Yeah, right.
But I guess, you know, guys are guys, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that was kind of strange. I think that was more like a TV gimmick, like just to make it popular.
I know.
Something people would watch. Another funny thing that I have to mention is Kamala says little quirky things about the show. I'm not going to go into all of them, but she does say things like, oh, turn on the light, or, oh, sorry, open the light instead of turn on the light. So that's something our mom would always say, and if my friends are watching this, they know that that is something that even I said, and my friends would always make fun of me, like,
like another example would be like if our hair is tied up and somebody's like, let your hair down, we would say, open your hair.
Like,
what do you mean?
Yeah, our friends would be like, what do you mean, like, open your
But it was so normal, like we didn't know until I think middle school is when we started to realize, hey, these things are not exactly right.
Like, no one corrected us up until that point. So.
Yeah. Okay, so there was also another scene, I believe it was the first episode. So Paxton is the guy that she finds super, super hot. And she hadn't even talked to him at this point. And Davy's in a wheelchair. This is after her dad dies. And she just loses feeling in her legs.
Like unexplainable paralysis.
Yeah, and she's like that for a few months. And then all of a sudden she sees him like across the parking lot somewhere. And voila, she can walk again. I thought that was so dumb.
It was a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, like I was like, this is ridiculous. Like you're gonna regain your like power in your legs or feeling in your legs by looking at a hot guy. That was just stupid to me. I didn't like that part.
That was so funny. That was just literally for, you know, just for the heck of it.
Yeah.
They just wanted to make the show interesting. That was like,
I guess.
That would never happen.
Here we go, Mindy.
Dang, calling out Mindy.
Oh, I like Mindy.
No, I love Mindy. Mindy's great. We're acting like we know Mindy.
I know, we do. We're close personal friends.
Mindy, if you're watching this, we love you. Okay. But anyways, so just going off of that, I feel like when She goes through a lot with her dad dying, but she doesn't really let that feeling sink in too much, and she's very like just hiding those feelings and kind of putting them in the back of her head. And she, in the show, you'll see that she regularly sees a therapist, and I thought that was really great of the creators of the show to show, because it really just highlighted the fact that, well, they didn't highlight this, but I want to let you guys know that that's not very common in South Asian culture, or Indian culture to be exact, for the majority of the part. Now things are different, but definitely not when we were growing up. I don't think anybody I knew openly said they were going to therapy, no matter what culture, ethnicity, or race they were. Now I feel like all people from all walks of life openly talk about it, more so now.
I feel like I started talking about it after you did, and that was when she was in college, and I was like 15 or 16 years old.
Yeah, like, yeah. But when I was her age in high school, it definitely was not talked about. People told me later, like after we were in college, like, oh yeah, I did seek therapy in high school, which is totally fine. High school can be a rough time for a lot of people. And, you know, looking back, I'm like, hey, maybe I could have, like, you know, like, benefited from a therapy session or two, or just like somebody to talk to, right? Because sometimes your parents aren't the number one people that you go to, to talk about your issues, especially if you're like a first generation child and your parents are like immigrants that just don't think the way that you do. So I think that could have been beneficial. And so what I really wanted to touch on there was that, like, when she went to therapy, I felt like she definitely was just like, oh, I'm here to talk to this person. And it was really nice for her to have that connection with the therapist, because she got to like talk about her feelings and talk about the things that she was gonna do. Like, I'm gonna have sex with Paxton, I'm gonna, you know, go to this party, and I'm gonna, you know, blah 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 blah, whatever.
It was like a friend that would not judge her. Like, she would try to steer her in the right direction. Yeah. But there's no judgment, so she could openly be truthful to her.
We both advocate for seeking help when you need it. Yes. Mental health is just as important as physical health.
Exactly. Because I know that in the show, Devi definitely had a hard time talking to her friends. Yeah. And like being super honest with them, because there is a point where she says she's like gonna have sex with Paxton, and then it doesn't really happen. Yeah. But she goes back and tells her friends that she did it, and then more people know that, and she never really corrects it. She thinks, she's like, yeah, I totally did it. Like, just to be cool and just to act like she has a man, in a sense.
Because she's not like shy, I would say. She's actually quite confident. I think that comes from, you know, she's obviously portrayed as a smart Indian girl in the show, so she kind of, I think, has that confidence from that. And she also just kind of is like, well, this is the year. Like, she had her mind made up, like, this is the year I'm gonna be popular. So by like any means necessary, I feel.
Yeah. So you have a clout she could get. She took.
Yeah, she was like, bring it on.
I know.
But yeah, that wasn't the right move at all. You always should be like true to yourself.
Because your lies will always catch up to you.
Always, always. Ganesh Puja. So that was one episode.
It was episode 4, I believe.
Yeah. So yeah, that was, and that was kind of funny. It was a glimpse into kind of how it is.
Oh God, Auntie's approaching. Don't look.
Definitely. That event kind of showed just how judgmental the Indian community can be sometimes. I mean, we're great. I love the Indian community, but I gotta call us out on the fact that sometimes we are a little too quick to judge without knowing all the time.
A lot of so many times.
She's definitely harsher than me.
I feel like I've been in situations where I'm very honest with how things are going in my life, and I'm not ashamed of how things have gone in my life. I will be vocally honest with you. Yeah. But I don't get that reciprocated by people. Yeah. And it's not just Indian people, there's other races, but it happens a lot in the Indian community where they won't share their worries or troubles. Exactly. And then sometimes they gossip behind your back about, oh, well, look at their life. Like, it happens to Devi and her mom, where like obviously like her dad's dead, and they're like, the aunties are like, oh, well, you know, how are you living without your husband? It's like, a woman can definitely live without her husband.
Yeah, and it wasn't in like a concerning tone. It was almost like condescending. Like, it was not in the manner that a friend should be talking to a friend, you know. And these like they call them Indian aunties, but they're not really like your aunts.
Aunties are older Indian women who have no blood relationship to you, but are allowed to have opinions about your life and all your shortcomings, and you have to be nice to them because you're Indian.
They're just like women in the community that like the Indian community is pretty tight-knit. They like to believe so they like everybody's your uncle, everybody's your aunt, everybody's your cousin, etc., etc.
Right.
And so they, because of that, I feel like they have this notion that they can just like project their own insecurities on you and literally just tell you what to do, even though they know nothing about it.
And also, they like to one-up you.
Yes, thank you for thinking of us. How's Arjun?
Oh, you know Arjun, he just installed a home theater, 2 rows of seats,
100%.
So like if I'm going to community college, some auntie will be like, oh, well, my son is going to Berkeley and they're getting this degree. It's like, okay, cool for him. Like, nobody asked.
Like, good for you, bro.
I know, it's just annoying.
I know, it's like, there's like a way to talk to people, and I feel like they just never got the memo. Like, how do I be a nice, decent human being without being condescending or mean or manipulative? But anyways, not everybody's like this. Some of them are great. We love our family.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, like, there are people in our community that we have seen and had firsthand experience with. So.
Right.